Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's continue with the Python series. In last video we have done with data types, numeric data types and string data types. In this video we will cover some basic built-in string methods. Here I have mentioned all the string methods that we used in Python, and here are their definitions, basic definitions. So let's start with the practical implementation. Let's see, I have a string Python and I have assigned this string to a variable s. Now what if I want to convert this Python into uppercase letter? I can use a built-in function upper. Now you have an output. What if I again want to convert this Python, uppercase Python, into a lowercase Python? I can do that. So you can see how helpful these functions are. If you want to split this Python into two parts or three, maybe how many parts you want to split it into, you can do that using split function. But remember one thing, it will not include the element that was split on. For example, I am splitting here using h, so it will not print h, but it will do split on the basis of h, right? PYT and ON. H is not printed here. What if I want to count an alphabet? Let's say I want to count O, or whatever alphabet you want to count. It means how many times it is present in a string. You can count. O is present only single time. Then it will give you an output 1. Then you can also find the position of an alphabet. I mean an index value. Here O is on 4th index, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it will print the index. Remember one thing guys, never get confused between count and find. Count will always give you back number of times a specific integer, or we can say alphabet, is present in a string, whereas count will return you a position of that particular alphabet. Okay, now let's go with center. Center, basically what it will do, it will centralize the alphabet. Like I want to centralize this Python with z, so I can give 20 times, means 10 times z will come at the right side and 10 times it will come at the right side, and 10 times it will come at the left side. So you can do anything, you can give any alphabet. Let's say I want to centralize the dollar sign, it can do that. Even you can do with a space. Okay, fine. Now next important built-in string function is expand tab. You can expand tabs, means I have already told you in my first video that we can use this \t for tab function, tab for space. Now if you want to give space between this hello and hi, you can use tab, expand tabs also, and you can also mention here how many tabs, how many spaces do you want between hello and hi. And if you don't give you any, then it will automatically, by default it will take 4. Now there comes is alphanumeric. Now if we want to check whether this string Python is alphanumeric or not, it is definitely, we know that it is an alphanumeric, so it will give you true, sorry, it will give you true. Now if you want to check whether it is a decimal, right, we can check it is decimal, or we can check if whether it's a lowercase or it's an uppercase, we can check that as well. So there are many others built-in string functions also. Capitalize will capitalize the first character of your string. Like in this case Python, you can do you can capitalize only P, only for P it will capitalize. Well, I would suggest you to go through these functions, explore these functions and do some practice. You will get to know more about these functions. Next come print formatting. Well, I have already told you how to print a function, how to use a print function, but here I want to show you how we can use this in this way. Print formatting, here when we use it with curly brackets dot format, then we call it as print, okay, formatting. Here I want to print my name is Preeti Sondi. How I can do that? Here I have given this curly brackets and then dot format. With dot format, inside this dot formats, you have to provide whatever you want to print. It will print my name is Preeti Sondi like this. Now I can also print multiple strings here. Like if I want to print hello, right? So I can give a number here, 0, 1 or hello. So it will print like hello, my name is Preeti Sondi. Sorry, I forgot to give a space. Right. Now guys, do you remember yesterday I have given you a task for printing your own name in a reverse format. You can do that with print formatting. You can also do that task, or we can say assignment, with the help of split and replace function. Split and replace are the built-in strings function. So let's do this with the help of this print formatting. Okay, let's do. If I want to print my name Preeti Sondhi in a reverse order, I want to print Sondhi first, then Preeti, then I can do that in print formatting as well. So here I am asking the user to enter an input. I have already told you about this input and int input functions already. Input is an inbuilt Python function. Then I'll do this using format, and I am giving here 1 first, then 0. Okay, now let's do this. Preeti and Sondhi Preeti. It's as simple as that. You can also do it with the help of split as well as reverse. So I would suggest you people to go for that. Next come list. List, I have already told you, it is an ordered mutable collection. Mutable by means we can change its values. List can be heterogeneous. It can be mix and match of any type of object. It may be a string, maybe a numeric, integer, float. Okay, and you can also remove it if you want. Well, strings, we know that we can't change the value in the strings. We can't change the element inside the string, but in list we can do that. Let's suppose I have assigned various numbers, floats and integer to a list, and I want to print that. Here is my list. So we can also do this by with mix and match type of objects. Like here I have given string, then integers, then there is a float, then there is a complex number as well. So we can do that as well. If you want to check what is the output, you can do that. Right, you got it. Next, indexing and slicing. I have already told you in depth about indexing and slicing. Is the same. Indexing and slicing is same as it was in string. So it started from 0, then 1, 2, and if we write it as 1, starting from 1, we don't want the 0 index value, we don't want 1, then it will give you rest of the output. Fine. Next, nested list. There is a concept of list inside list. Like here I want 3 lists and all 3 lists inside a single list. We can do that as well. So here comes some basic built-in list methods. As we have seen basics built-in string methods, there are list method as well in a programming language. Okay, let's start with few of important basic built-in list method. The first comes append. If you want to add any element at the end of the list, you can use append. Clear, if you want to remove all the elements from the list, you can use clear. Then copy. Count is same, number of elements you can count with specific value. Extend, if you want to extend the element, right, then you can use extend. Index value, then insert. Pop removes the element at a specific position. Don't get confused between pop and remove. Remove will remove the first element with the specific value. Like we want to remove let's say 3. Fine. So wherever 3 will come first, like here if I say 3, then it will remove this 3, right? But the pop will remove the element at a specific position, whatever we give the position. Then comes reverse the order of list. Sort will sort it according to ascending order. Okay, so let's do some practical implementation. I have created a list here, and let's say I want to add append me at the end. Obviously it will add at the end. Appends always object at the end. If you want to end it according to you, you can give the index value. Here I have added it. If you want to extend, you can extend. What is the basic difference between append and extend? Append always append the object at end. Extend also added the object at end. It also append the object at end, but in the iterable form, just like in loops. It will iterate this t and y. You can see this output. Okay, then pop, if you want to remove the value, right? Next comes insert. If I want to insert something, you can also mention the index value here. Find where you want to insert the value. Okay, it comes at 1 indexed. Fine. So that's all about basic built-in list method. There are few more, reverse, sort. You can also do this sort function. It's very simple actually. I want you guys to explore these things. It will sort the values in an proper order. Guys, you got it. 1.5, then 2, 2.6, 3, 3. Means it have sorted in ascending order. Reverse will definitely reverse their order. Okay. It has reversed the order. It has now arranged them in descending order. So there are few more functions. I just want you guys to explore these functions. And one more important thing, guys, you can do anything in this Jupyter notebook. It's very helpful. You can just press shift and tab and you will get all the definition, everything. You just don't need to remember anything. Don't try to cram anything or write anything. You will get each and everything here. Okay, here is you just have to press and shift plus tab. So here is, it's a list. Obviously we know that it's a list. What is the form? And length is a built-in function. So it will give you each and everything about this. If you do this, fine. Okay, so that's all for today, and you will get this notebook in the description below. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Stay tuned.